Good morning. We are live. We are live. We are live. Thank you so much for coming to spend some time with us this morning.
Good morning. How you folks doing?
It's been a busy morning already, and we are grateful that you chose to spend even a part of your morning with us this morning. Today, we do have a topic as we continue to usher into the room all of those that we are looking forward to see and making sure that we have everything in place. Some things in our tools have changed. I got to familiarize myself with some of the things this morning. Good morning, Uzama. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. We have an interesting topic today. And the topic is take a break. Take a break.
Actually, the topic that as I read it, was suggestion. Take a break. I understand you said topic suggestion.
I always
I
do
think
that.
the part that I read was suggestion, take a break. And that's the way I put it in. Today is Wisdom Wednesday, suggestion, take a break. And maybe we'll talk about, is this your time to take the break? Or is this your time to push and plow through it? Or is there some place in between? But we get to allow room for everybody's perspective.
Yes. Uh, uh, the thought that I had when I said to my wife was, 'cause I always send her the text message saying, or the message saying, show topic suggestion, and then colon,
Yeah.
and then take a break. But I appreciate that suggestion, take a break. Um, I was reading something yesterday morning and it was talking about the value of mini breaks throughout your day. Take a commercial break. You know, at one time in this country, before they had employment laws like we have today, they could work anybody as long all day long. You know, and if you're tired and you're working in a steel factory, people die when they're
Mhm.
tired. You
That
know,
part.
that's right. You know, you can't work around certain industries if you're tired or drowsy. You make a
It is
miscalculation. I think
OSHA was the law that prevents overworking. I think it's OSHA.
okay. Um, But anyway, they used to be able to work children until they came up with laws. Around the turn of the century in this country, they was lawless. They could pay what the employers could pay whatever they wanted to. They could pay pittance and to keep people poor and keep them working day and night until people started to unionize and fight for more humane working conditions. They outlawed children being able to work. You know, they mandated an 8-hour workday with two 15-minute breaks
Mhm.
so that you don't die while working. You know, now today as entrepreneurs, no one mandates how many hours we work, and no one tells us when we take a break or if we take one at all. And then around the 80s, this concept of workaholic became popular in this country. Around the workaholic was esteemed, the person who could work all day. Before that, even, you know, keep your nose to the grindstone. That's another familiar expression. Keep your head down and keep working, 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 working. You know, but we're learning that's not a good thing.
Or at some point, it may be or not be, and we get to take time to evaluate for ourselves and for our loved ones because I know, or we may know, some of the benefits of both of those seasons. We've
Hmm.
seen necessity being the mother of invention,
Hmm.
which oftentimes comes out of a place of poverty or lack, and they come with
Or
creative
shortcoming in
ways
any way.
of shortcoming, exactly, of
Hmm.
shortcomings in any way. They come up with ways to overcome those limitations that might not necessarily be the norm, but it's necessary or has become necessary or more necessary for us to see that just because of this does not necessarily mean that. I think of Bugsy Moles. I think of peanut butter. What's his name?
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter. Peanuts.
The planet is nuts.
All of the peanuts inventions.
What are you
Who
talking about? Carver, George Washington
I
Carver?
think about George Washington Carver. I think about the with the crop rotation and all the different things.
Hmm.
I think of so many things, and we can think and discuss them together as we are patient and mindful for what absolutely of what wisdom each of us holds. Being mindful to be respectful of each perspective, even if you don't share it or fully understand it. I had a few thoughts, and we'll be back in a moment.
Good morning. My name is Brian McNeill.
And I am LisaSantiagoMcNeill.
And thank you for joining us on our show, Let's Talk About It. We come to each Monday through Friday right here on the SIBN network, on iHeartRadio, YouTube, TuneIn, as well as Facebook Live. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Like. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Today is Wisdom Wednesday. We will get to enjoy a wonderful segment provided by our very own Brother Mark Greer at the 15-minute mark. And we're looking forward to just navigating today with much thought and allowing you all to give us some of your insights. For example, Uzama with Bitcoin. A lot of those in a particular age bracket were resistant to Bitcoin. Mm-hmm. And for this season, Uzama has taken an embracing to Bitcoin and bringing it to those of us who might not otherwise have any willingness to delve into it, because it was ultimately something so new that many of us couldn't even understand. Why would we want to even know about it? I think I'm super excited for Uzama to pick up that mantle, because at this stage, Lisa's right, it's intrinsic. The resistance to it is intrinsic because we don't know it. So that means that a large part of Uzama's job right now in sharing this is an educator. Mm-hmm. You have to keep teaching what it is, basically. You're going to have to keep teaching. The people that are early adopters like Uzama, who fully embrace it, their job is very often not selling, is teaching. Teach what it is, because people need to hear what it is enough times before they feel comfortable. Absolutely. Enough times is also a key. Absolutely. Don't get weary in well doing. I posted about that last week. Yeah, but there's a new audience this week. So. Yeah, exactly. And we get to realize that there is some space and place for all of these things, but in their respectable places. We get to respect the messages that became before us, and respect at least looking into hearing or allowing the next person's evaluation of it. As I think about that, I think about the planet Pluto. It was a planet when we were younger. Mm-hmm. And then our children's children, it was they called it something else. They have now settled on it was a dwarf planet. But I mean, all of those decisions evolved. But there were some tests when we were growing up that you had to learn the way that they were teaching. They did not necessarily leave room for, maybe I'm looking at this differently, or maybe I see it from a different perspective. We didn't always have that freedom. Talking about the education system in our country is a sore spot for me. I'm so grateful I don't have elementary school age children right now. And I don't like a lot of it. Okay, I will tell you, there's so much value, and there's different types of breaks too, by the way. You know, there's a TV commercial from not that long ago. If I start the jingle, you'll be able to finish it. It goes, "Give me a break, give me a break, break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar." It's funny, we did not discuss that, and I knew what you were going to say before you even opened your mouth. Because we're in sync, and we're of a certain age too. Absolutely. But that was like selling the fact that you could take a moment, long enough to eat a Kit Kat bar can count as a break. Yeah. They have another Kit Kat commercial right now too, where he's on some kind of a 4 break, and they have these two big dudes in his office, and this guy picture out his Kit Kat. These two big dudes standing in front of his desk. Someone walks into his office and says, "Hey, such and such, he's on a 4 break right now, a Kit Kat break. He's on a break right now." But I really need. He's on a break. He's on a break. Okay, he's on a break. One of the most compelling articles I've read was like this woman was telling a story about how she got a vacation from her boss. Mm-hmm. She was in a critical role, and he kind of needed her there, and she wrote him a letter saying, and the opening of the letter says,
Do zombies make good executive assistants?
Mm.
Do zombies make good executives? She says, I'm tired. I need a break. If I take a week off, I will be able to come back and be more effective.
Better, more effective.
That's what she said. But the opening line, do zombies make great executive assistants? I thought was so compelling. And she says, I'm tired and I need a break. You know,
So interesting.
how compelling is that? You know, even though he felt like he needed her every day, how you gonna argue with something like that? Good morning, Mr. J. Mattier. How are you, sir?
Jay Mattier. The question of the day is suggestion of the day. And we welcome you to provide your particular impression of the topic. And it's a suggestion. Take a break.
There was a basketball player named Adrian Dantley, played for a long time in the league. And he says one of the things, the keys to his longevity was he started taking a 1 hour nap every day. He was convinced that taking a 1 hour nap every day for him extended his career.
In just
Interesting.
6 minutes, we are going to bring about the wisdom of the week. And I am so looking forward to it. Wisdom Wednesday with Brother Mark Greer.
Now, I am prone to take a 45-minute nap pretty much every day that I work. And my biological clock is knows around 40, 42, 44, 45 minutes, I'm awake, or starting to awake because my body's been trained. Now, I think I like 45-minute breaks.
Hey, man. Good morning, Anthony.
Oh,
Good morning.
man.
This is fantastic. Just got back from the Jacksonville Jazz Festival.
Jacksonville, Florida? Northern Florida? Jacksonville? Wow, I bet you had a ball.
Jacksonville, Florida, Jacksonville.
Isn't
there Jacksonville, Tennessee?
There might be. Which Jacksonville?
Which Jacksonville? And
there might be one in North Carolina
too. I am looking into embracing this new, I won't say affinity, I will say respect for jazz.
What?
I have embarked upon this new respect for jazz. Not even jazz, even further back than jazz, maybe, or different segments, scat, and realizing that there was some wisdom in there that didn't always transmute within that generation, at least for me, because I didn't necessarily
know the history of scat music. They didn't have instruments sometimes; they had to make it.
No, I might need to know more about it. We might have to discuss it.
That's probably one of the reasons why I love Anita Baker so much.
Oh,
because she would scat very often at the end of her songs. I love all of that stuff. Florida, Jacksonville, Florida. That's Northern. That's well, they got a pro football team now, but I've been to Jacksonville, Florida. I sang in Jacksonville, Florida. With my church, with my choir went down there. And we did a little mini. We did a sing thing. We went in Jacksonville, Florida.
Oh wow! Uzama says I've decided to take a break from school this final month and to do any assignments I need to do from home.
Yes.
Thank you for respecting your need to take a break.
Because think about what it took for him to even get to the school every day. You got to get up, you got to get dressed, you got to check some mode of transportation, you got to go there, sit there all day long, and then you got to eat while you're out and about, and then make your way back home. It's a lot of stuff that people forget to factor in that it takes to get there. Energy-wise, sometimes we need a break for the energy's sake.
Sometimes we need a break because we need to be in a personal space. And we don't need to have the everything, everyone, this being on all the time.
I remember when we were in the pandemic, we took it serious, like most of us took it seriously. I had a complaint to my wife about my cigar time because I was trying to have a cigar in the afternoons, is what it was. But what happened is I'd have a cigar, I put on my calendar, have a cigar at 2 p.m. in the afternoon to take me a break in the middle of the day. But my time was always taken away. I get a call or a message or a text or something I have to respond to. So even though I was out back having a cigar, I was working the whole time. And I felt like I didn't even get a break. All I did was a cigar. It wasn't the same experience. I was complaining. And my wife told me she told me to stop doing it that way. She goes, when you have your cigars, do it in a time where it won't be interrupted by work because that's not a break if you have the cigar on a break. You recall that?
I do. I think there's also some change to my current understanding of multitasking. Uzama said, I took me out of business mode
A bit
a
as
bit
well.
as
I think he's
well.
saying it. He's talking about his school took him out of business mode a bit as well. Maybe it is. I don't want to put words in his mouth.
Yeah,
But we
please
got 1 minute
clarify
to
for
our
me.
Mark Greer. Woo woo!
1 minute, one
I'm
minute.
ready for some Mark Greer
Good
inspiration.
morning, Dr.
Sheila
Sheila.
Carter,
Sheila, we're
take a
appreciating
break.
you. Good
Oh,
morning, good
good morning, Sheila.
morning.
You came just in time to hear what Mark Greer is going to say to us this week.
I'm telling you, I am excited for it. We're going to bring him up and bring him to you all so that we can all together hear the wisdom of Brother
Empowerment Duo family, I'm back one more week for another edition of Wisdom Wednesday. You know, there are things that happen in life. Sometimes we have obstacles. There are times we have these huge mountains. And there are moments when we become so worried about the mountain. How are we going to go around it? How are we going to go over it? How can we maneuver to get to the other side of that mountain? It seems to be an enormous thing. Empowerment Duo family, I have come to you this morning with one simple and heartfelt message. I don't care what your mountain may be. Hear me this morning. You were assigned that mountain so that you could show other people that mountain can be moved. I'll say it again. You were assigned that mountain so that you can show other people that mountain can be moved. Empowerment Duo family, this thing called life will have certain things come at us unexpectedly. It may knock us down. It may try to bury us, but there is one thing you have to keep in mind that you can never do when those situations come. You can never stop. You can never give up. You can never stop believing that what you have in you is bigger than any external factor that could ever affect you. So that mountain, I read somewhere that if you say to the mountain, move, it has to move. But I'm going to add something to that. If you say to that mountain, move, you better give it some pressure. You better put some strength behind it. You better go about moving that mountain. You don't just speak to it, you go attack it. You tell that mountain, although you are standing in my way, what I am telling you this morning is that you will not remain in my way. Because if I have to go around you, if I have to go over you, if I have to blow you up and go through you, you will not block what I'm trying to do. As the saying goes, I am too blessed to be stressed. And the one thing that I will not let you do is stress me. Empowerment Duo family, don't get caught up in what's holding you down in life. Instead, focus your mind and your actions, your soul, your spirit on what you have that's going to lift you up. Your faith, your belief, your talents. Because if you can do that, and you're willing to persevere, and you're willing to never take no for an answer, and you demand excellence from yourself, and you will not ever accept mediocrity in anything that you say, do, or think. What I'm telling you this morning is those mountains have no other opportunity but to move. Because as long as you are doing those things, proactive, of action, of power, of determination, the mountain can't stand it. As enormous as it may be, as powerful as it may seem, you have to remember a stone cutter who may be at the base of that mountain chipping away, little by little. It may seem like he's not hurting that mountain whatsoever, but over time, that one stone cutter chipping away at that mountain begins to chip away bigger pieces. And eventually the mountain has to move because that stone cutter kept chipping away. Empowerment Duo family, whatever that mountain is in your life, don't worry about the big chunks right now. You've got to start chipping away at it. And as you chip away, you realize little by little that I'm taking this mountain down little by little, chip by chip. Eventually that mountain will move because you decided to move it. Empowerment Duo family, that's all I have for you this morning. I say it to you every week, and I'm going to say it again this week. You are that miracle that mountain fears. You are that someone special that mountain knows it better not touch. You are blessed beyond your belief, whether you realize it or not. And that mountain knows it too. So as you go through your life, Empowerment Duo family, remember all those three things that you are. And watch your mountain not only move, but hurry up to get out of your way. Because guess what? That mountain wants you too.
Peace. Wow. What an amazing message from Mark Greer today. Oh my gosh. Mark has given us a lot of amazing messages. This is the best one he ever gave. Um, this was amazing. That mountain, look at his perspective. You know, that mountain in your way, that is your mountain to get over or around or through. That's uniquely yours. That's one thing I got about that. But
Wow.
um, these mountains Mark talked about and getting in your way, it inspired me another thought. First off, I want to appreciate his amazing word today. I hope you all heard all of it too, and you got your own perspective. But I thought it was amazing. Dr. Deborah says,
Our testimony can help someone else to heal. Speak, Brother Mark, with
and
an
good morning, Dr.
exclamation
Deborah, as
point.
well.
Good morning to you, Dr. Deborah. Lena Janelle jumped in the chat. She says, receiving and downloading in all caps. Thank you so
Good
much.
morning, Arthur
With
Lynette
prayer
M.
hands.
Jewel for swinging through. How you
Amen.
doing?
Good morning, Arthur
You know,
Lynette.
there's an expression.
We spoke of you a couple of weekends ago.
What?
Arthur Lynette. Remember you and I were asking, was she back in Charlotte? Was she in Virginia? You and I
Probably
mentioned
were.
it
Yeah.
briefly. Good morning, Antonio. Good morning. And Antonobi is giving prayer hands and praise hands. Amen. Lena Janelle says, just in time for a word from Mark Greer with 3 exclamation points.
That's right.
Good morning, Brian and
Good
Lisa.
morning, Lena Janelle. This
And
concept of
everyone with prayer hands.
stop the ride. I want to get off.
Mhm.
Have you ever heard that before? Someone on an amusement park ride and it's going faster than they want to, and it's uncomfortable for them. I've even said it on a roller coaster. Stop, stop! On one of those things that go back and around and all that backwards and stop. I want to get off. But then no, they can't stop the ride. The ride is not going to stop. You're going to have to ride it out.
There is some room for that understanding, though. Maybe something in their spirit was, if you don't stop this ride, it's going to come off the wheels. And it's not just because I'm afraid that that's going to happen, but that it might. I actually remember when my sister was still in a stroller and my grandmother had us out for a walk by the park. And we were getting ready to go in the park, which is ultimately our favorite place to go. And she just would not, still in the stroller, would not allow us to go into this park. I'm telling you, we all have that memory, including her, that it's something was in that park that we didn't need to have. But then as I have grown older, I wonder, was there something in that park that we did need to have? And it just was a difference of impression or difference of the time. Because I am believing more and more that we get to make room for two things being true at the same time, depending at the perspective.
I'm with you on that. Today's show topic was take a break, or suggestion to take a break. Mark Greer has kind of like tilted us with his amazing word today.
Good morning, Sister Susan. She
Uh,
says, good morning, family.
that mountain, you can speak to it. That mountain is not going to stop you. You can go around it, you can go over it, you may have to blast your way through it, but take some ownership of that mountain. That's your mountain. I love that thought. That's your
That's
mountain.
your mountain.
Yep.
And I think it brings me to also the importance of understanding the scripture and even the scripture's warning that it says rightly dividing the word in all truth. Understanding that, thinking of that scripture in Ephesians where it says, wives, love your husbands.
Mhm.
But it also says, husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church. And understanding that it says, submit yourselves to one another. There may be seasons that one, like you often say, who has the brain today?
Mhm.
It's just another way I could look at that is who is getting the message right now? Who has the download? Who has it?
The answer.
The answer, right? Who has the answer for right now? And oftentimes I can start something, you finish the answer, or you might start something and I share the answer. And together we have everything we need.
Everything
Good
we
morning,
need.
Craig.
Good
Craig
morning,
Sapp. We
Susan
love
Kennedy.
you.
You know, if you happen to be in the Charlotte, North Carolina area,
Mm-mm-mm.
anywhere around Charlotte, or Huntersville, or Concord, or Harrisburg, this upcoming Thursday, we got us a gift.
Tomorrow is going to be
We
amazing.
got Charlotte Royalty going to be our featured speaker
That's
at
right.
Business Club Concord.
Business Club
Shay
Concord.
Morton. Shay Morton has had her shoulder to the plow. She's had her
Mm-hmm.
nose down. She has been helping beginning entrepreneurs at least 10 years that I know of.
And
Okay.
she had to first learn some things. And
Mhm.
we're grateful for the evolution, which we talked about yesterday, the evolution of Sister Shay.
Yep.
She started from somewhere. She moved to somewhere else. She actually came from up north. I believe she's from New Jersey.
Jersey
And
Shay.
ultimately, that's right, Jersey Shay. That's
Mhm.
right. And then ultimately evolved into this wonderful businesswoman with so much knowledge that she is sharing with so many people.
She started out designing websites, then she started a home cleaning business, and then she got profitable with that. And then she wrote a book about how to start and effectively run a home cleaning business. And then she's evolved by entrepreneurs need an LLC, they need some letters written, they need this,
And
they need
began
that.
Business
And she
911.
began an organization called Business 911. That's
Mhm.
Shay Morton. She's going to be our featured speaker tomorrow.
Tomorrow at
So
1 p.m. Eastern. If you are in the Charlotte regional
free to
area,
attend.
you can go to if you're near to Concord, Huntersville, or the general area, or are willing to come, join us tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
She's going to have a word for you.
Mhm.
Craig Sapp says,
Good morning,
Yeah.
everyone. Have a great blessed day on purpose and enjoy it to the fullest.
Thank you,
And
Craig.
miss
I
everyone.
miss
We
you,
miss
Craig.
you
I
too,
miss
Craig.
Craig
We
coming in the
miss you
room, man.
too.
Come on,
We're
Craig.
grateful that you are here
I'm glad you
today.
came by, Craig. I really am.
I'm
This
telling you, is it 9:30 or is it almost
is
9:30?
9:26.
Okay.
This concept of
Getting ready.
take a break.
Take a break.
What say you about it? I will go ahead and submit that. Matter of fact, when I was in the army, you have to go through what's called basic training at first. And basic training is basically training you to respond to commands. Because if you're in a battle, you ain't got time to negotiate. I don't want to go on that hill. You got to execute. Okay, they break you down physically and mentally and build you back up so that you can be a responsive soldier. But after you get through basic training, you got to have a job. So before you get a job, you got to go through what's called school, AIT, Advanced Individual Training. There are lots of different schools, okay, that you can go to in the Army. Okay, but you got to go through school too.
Do you have to go through AIT first before the other schools?
After you get out of basic training,
Yeah.
you're going to go to school
Okay, so you have to go to basic training, and
first.
then the other schools are dependent upon where they.
Whatever job you picked.
Okay,
Okay,
that makes sense.
you got to pick a job, and then you got to go through school there too.
Lena Janelle says, Jersey in the house, Brick City. Welcome to the Queen City, Shay.
Now,
It's
Shay's been here.
SHEY. She's been here. She's been here for quite some time. She's made a name for herself here considerably. But that was her origin story.
I had a senior moment because I was going somewhere with that
I'm
story,
so sorry.
and then I lost it. You asked me a question and it went away. My point, it'll come back though.
It'll
I've
come
learned
back.
that the points come back. Okay,
Thank you for understanding. And I do apologize.
it's
I
okay.
was trying to honor Lena as well as manage the time and my vision.
I want to honor Lena too. I want to showcase Lena and share Lena around the world. All our friends need to know Lena. And they need to know our people too.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So it's 9:28. Okay,
Mhm.
we've been since the beginning of February. It's okay. It's okay, sis. My bad, Brian. Since the beginning of I think February, we started doing this today in African American History Journey, and we've been coming from the great book by Michael A. Carson, and it's titled
Today in African American History.
and today's the 28th of May.
366 Days of Historical Events and Accomplishments by Michael A. Carson. And oh wow, he's a National Indie Excellence Award winner with this particular book. That's a blessing.
It should be
I
award,
overlooked
but
that.
it's worthy.
Absolutely, it is worthy.
Okay.
I'm grateful that we get to share him and your wisdom every day, Monday through Friday. And our topic today is take a break, and we're going to read from this book for on this day in history on May the 28th. Is that today?
Yes.
Today, May the 28th, in 1944, surgeon and medical researcher Charles Drew was awarded the NAACP Spingarn Medal.
Spingarn.
Oh, it might be misspelled. It says Spingarn. Spingarn Medal. It might be Spingarn.
Okay.
He was chosen for his outstanding work in blood plasma research, which led to establishment of the blood bank. Amen. That's interesting.
Y'all need to know about Charles Drew. He's the one that figured out a way to store blood so that blood can be used, and plasma, and the difference between blood and plasma. What an amazing his work changed the world, changed how we save lives. His work saved lives. It's probably incalculable how many lives his work has saved. Dr. Charles Drew.
Well, even as I think about that and how there are some beliefs that do not allow for the exchange of blood. And there may be perceived at one stage as a limiting belief, and at another stage as an empowering belief. This person was willing to die to make sure that they had everything that they came with. I think about Damon Wayans shared his story about the fact that they do not believe in blood transfusions. They also do not believe in clinking the glasses for a toast.
Okay.
There are some people that also believe that clinking the glasses is beckoning the demonic spirits when you clink a glass. And there are some people that believe that you don't clink a glass of spirit with a glass of water. I think you shared that with
I don't think that was me.
Water and liquor.
I don't think it matters. It's just the clinking of the glass.
You might not think it matters, but I think we get to hold space to respect what someone else believes about it.
You ever heard the expression hungover? Hungover. Hangover. I found out yesterday the origination of the term hungover. In this country and in Europe, people would sometimes get so drunk that they could barely make it home. So they started attaching ropes to the buildings and stuff. So instead of trying to walk home, you can just get you a place in the rope and just hang over the rope until the morning. That way you don't have to be on the ground. Okay? You don't have to sleep on the ground, you just sleep hanging over the rope.
When we learn the etymology of things, sometimes we get a new enlightenment of what was associated with it. One of the things my mother said is, as you're learning, respect the origin and embrace the lesson. Respect the origin, meaning take care about receiving information. Don't do it haphazardly, but also respect the source because they have some foundational knowledge that may not align with your knowledge.
This morning in my mastermind group, there was a young lady there. The topic was, how do we get people to show up for appointments? That kind of thing. And this lady there, she was a young lady, she said, Sister Lenny, she said stuff like, well, I don't want people to think I'm trying to sell them anything. I don't want to come across as I'm trying to sell them anything. She's supposed to be a business person, okay? Because she has such a negative connotation. So I wrote in there, the word sell has two originations. One is Greek, coming from two words, sell and ye, and one is Old English, coming from the word selon. And sell ye means to help. And selon means willing to give up. Okay, so those words originally meant to help someone to get something or be willing to give something in exchange of value. This negative connotation, I said, makes it impossible for you to do business because your subconscious mind is not going to let you do things that you find distasteful. I said the same thing Saturday when we did our talk. I had to remind the audience, if you're holding that negative connotation, your subconscious mind is listening.
Absolutely. Now, Susan said, I thought you were saying that they put up ropes from the bar all the way to a person's home.
No.
And she said that's what made her laugh.
Okay.
I get that. Absolutely. And thank you for clarifying that. Because I think sometimes it's important to understand the perspective that a person is responding to something
Think
so
about
that
it.
we
It's
don't
so
jump to
common
conclusions.
that men will get so drunk that they can barely walk. They decided to come up with a way to help them to hang over instead of trying to walk home. Just hang
We
over
don't
this
know.
rope.
Good morning, Dr. Beverly. Thank you for joining us this morning. I am telling you, it is amazing.
Suggestion.
That's right. Today's topic is suggestion. Take a break.
Yesterday, because of what I was reading and watching on YouTube, the value of taking breaks, how that your brain uses the break time to actually cleanse and rest and get ready to go back to work again. I took 3 mini breaks yesterday, 3 mini naps, one for like 25 minutes, and the third one was 25 minutes, and I had one in the middle of the day for like 45 minutes. But I took 3 of them because if I didn't take those breaks, what would I have been doing? I'd probably been looking for some more work to do. But I found that I made it through my day more energized than normal because I took a break.
Absolutely. I think that also leads us to the importance of how important will it be to you all and to us for the empowerment duo to take a hiatus or to take a break? Do we need to take a break? uh, or or don't we? Or what does that look like
Are you talking about us take a break
from the show,
from the
from
show?
everything?
Woo! We can take a break from the show if we want to.
What does that look like? Do we take a what does that look like? Is it a hiatus like we'll be back in the fall? Is it a summer schedule that is just different than what we have normally done? Instead of Monday through Friday, maybe it's first Monday and first Tuesday and first Wednesday and then a week off, and then maybe do some breakthroughs. What did they used to have, news flashes or breakthroughs where we brought in information and but what does it look like? Giving us the chance to even imagine what that is, and also encouraging you all to provide us feedback into what that looks like. Would that give people a chance to possibly go back and watch some of the previous
Or to
episodes,
miss us.
or to miss us,
Or to find something else to do.
or to even have a have guest hosts for a season?
Mm-hmm.
Like Trevor Noah stepped down from, what was it, The
The
Daily
Daily Show.
Show,
Uh-huh.
and they didn't immediately fill him back in.
Right.
They
A
have
bunch of guest
a
hosts.
bunch of guest hosts until the right fit came in.
Mm-hmm.
And those are just thoughts.
Well, now that it's in the air, I have to think about it too now. I'm gonna think about it too.
I'm grateful. We just get to think about it. We're just asking you to hold space for it, consider it. It doesn't mean that what you say is what we're going to do. It doesn't mean that what I say is what we're going to do. It doesn't mean that what he says we're going to do. It means that together as a family, we're going to make a determination on what is best for the circle, for our health, for our lives, for our mission, for our businesses, and for our community.
Yeah, I'm getting older. Y'all can believe this, but I really am 57. Okay, I really am. I'm getting older. This is not cotton in my face. This is wisdom. And but recognize that I'm getting older. I know I'm not ready to stop working hard yet.
Mhm.
I'm not ready to stop working hard. I still want to work hard. It's all I've known is hard work, and I think I still like it.
Mhm.
Um,
I
but I
still like it too.
but
I
I
get
still
that.
want to. I still understand that I need to take a break too because when we have taken a breaks and gone to the beach, what happens? We come back with amazing memories created. Sometimes we've taken a break from life and gone to the beach and had a great experience. Sometimes we had a terrible experience because of the hotel room or whatever or
But
whatever.
we still learned or had we
We
still,
created memories
yeah, we
still.
still created some memories. And within those memories are some wisdom. As
Yep.
even as I think about um, the movie Sinners that we went to see,
Hmm.
and the need for to feed on people And the main thing that they were asking for, this is a spoiler if you haven't been to see it, I'm sorry, it's too late, was because they wanted their memories.
They wanted their memories. They would bite you and
Get
get
their
your
memories.
memories, your whole family's history.
Mm-hmm.
But the other thing about sinners, the devil, they needed to be invited in, and they would come with all kinds of excuses to get invited in. You know,
You mean
why,
the vampires?
the
We
vampires,
presume that
yes,
they're the devil.
yes. Why don't y'all invite me in? Why you've been coming in and out all day? Why all of a sudden you need an invitation? You know, they need to be invited in. They'll come up with all kinds of tricks and they get you to invite them in.
Lindsay says, powerful in all caps, insight, Brian. I've heard you mention that before about creating a positive perspective of your selling mindset with all exclamation points. In parentheses, side note, that hangover origin is quite interesting. And I can't see all
If
of
y'all
those
took a
emojis.
necessary hiatus, I would suggest a best of the empowerment series. Interesting.
Especially if I knew the topics ahead of time, guest host would work as long as we knew you were coming back.
Lena is awesome.
Thank you for that insight and thank you for
Lena,
being
you're
a part
amazing.
of the community. We appreciate it.
I love that comment, all that thoughts. Thank you, Lena, very much.
Absolutely.
You know,
I can't see those emojis. Can you see them?
Yeah, it's like this or something, all kinds of them. But anyway, I want to say this too, to you, Sister Lena. You know, you're an important part of what we do here. Your comments always add. You know, you add a lot to what we do here. Thank you for that very much. That gave me some ideas too. I was still mulling over what DrLisa said earlier. But that's amazing. If we did a best of series, you know, because we can find the best of, you know.
Dr. Beverly, thank you so much for your insight. Please allow me to move it down as I read it so that I don't lose my place. Because when you
Okay.
moved it before, she says, Grand Rising to my favorite, awesome, beautiful family. My apologies for leaving. Leaving you yesterday. I got phone calls back to back. That guy is back on his scamming and they called me. Speaking of break, I put that thing to rest. Spoke some PSA breaking news words that made God clap for me and at himself in his back. Break. I need some kind of vacation, vacation, staycation, education, relocation, a daycation is a breakcation. LOL. I love all of those things.
She amused herself with it too.
Antonovi says, well, I still gotta take this in, so no comment.
I gotta still take this in, no comment. So no comment. Yeah, me
And
too.
3 hearts. I appreciate that. We're not asking you to rush to any response. We appreciate you being contemplative with your consideration as we do the same. We thank you and we appreciate you. Antonovi, Lena, for those that are listening and have not yet responded, we thank you. We thank you for your consideration. We thank you that you decide to make this a part of your day.
Yes, it's amazing how many
a part of your week.
Come back. It's just amazing. I love it very much. There was a time, maybe 2 years ago, where I was bringing up, you know, maybe we should stop doing this for a while. 2 years ago, last time I thought about it. And then I realized how much I miss it and miss you. And then I realized that this podcast starts my day officially.
Yeah. Lena Janelle says in all caps, I heard that Dr. Beverly with exclamation points and the icons I think that are clap, 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 clap.
I need an Asian.
I need an Asian. Two.
Woo
woo.
There's this documentary that a lot of people have seen. It's called it's about the Michael Jordan 1998 season, and the Last Dance. The Last Dance is what it's called. And Dennis Rodman's a mercurial player on the team, and he goes to the coach Phil Jackson and says, "Look, I need a break. You know, during the season, he says, I need a break. I need to cut loose. I need a break." And he said, "Okay, I'll give you 48 hours. He goes, I'm going to Vegas for 48 hours. And Michael Jordan's in the room. He says, Phil, if anybody needs a vacation, I need a vacation. He goes, and Phil, if you give this man 48 hours, he's not coming back in 48 hours. And sure enough, he didn't. He took a break from the season. He went to Vegas and partied hard. And it was like 68 hours before. And they had to go and get him out of bed to get him to come back.
And maybe that was simply because the break was too delayed to be effective in
You're
48
right.
hours.
But when he got back, he was straight as an arrow.
Exactly.
And he was still in shape. They had to struggle to keep up with him. You know, he was always on point when he came back.
Exactly.
When he came back from the break that he
Look
took.
who just jumped in this room. Sister Charlotte Royalty by way of New Jersey, Shay Morton,
Yes.
who is our speaker for tomorrow. Shay, we were already sharing you with our audience, and we are looking forward to the time that you are going to spend with us at 1 o'clock on tomorrow in the Concord area at Business Club Concord, sharing your wisdom, and we certainly appreciate you gracing us with that time.
Shay got a story.
She got a story to tell.
She got a story to tell about coming back.
Coming through
and
and coming up.
consistency and just working. She's got a story to tell. So I'm looking forward to what you're going to bring to our group tomorrow, Shay Morton. Again, if you're in the Concord Mills area or can get to the Concord Mills area, come and join us tomorrow at Business Club.
And let me show you how you can register. I had it queued up, but I just got to get to it. Give me just a second.
Okay.
You can register by going to bit.ly/BK52925. That's bit.ly/BK52925.
BK stands for Business Club.
Absolutely.
29 stands for the date that she's going to be speaking.
529 is tomorrow's date of
And
2025.
is this year.
And understand, we are welcoming you to Business Club at 1 p.m. so that you can receive some words of wisdom and encouragement live and in person.
Networking and learning.
Absolutely.
You will meet other amazing business people there, and you're going to find some people there that are going to be some friends of yours.
Absolutely. Now, before we actually disembark from or move on to the songs, which I know we're a little bit delayed from, June is next week, and Tuesday is the first Tuesday of the month. June 3rd will be the first Tuesday of the month, and Women Empowerment Networks invites you to be a part of the circle of women who live, love, encourage, and nurture one another. We certainly hope that you choose to come and join us. I invite you.
That's a virtual meeting.
It is virtual, so you do not have to be excluded by geographic location. You can register easily by going to bit.ly/WEN for Women Empowerment Networks. That's bit.ly/WEN060325 to register for this coming Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. We look forward to you coming. If by any chance you have missed any of the announcements or messages, you can access them by going to the link tree for the Empowerment Duo. In the link tree, we've got Shay's invitation. We've got Women Empowerment Network's invitation. It will be updated with Male Empowerment Network's invitation upon the availability of that information, which is also on Tuesday at 7 p.m., as well as how you can contact and access Brian and myself and what there is for you from us. And we look forward to you taking time out to be and bring that information, because together we are everything we need. I want to go to the next comment that was given after Shay. Dr. Beverly says, coming back from vacation creates room for greater creativity.
Thank you for that, Dr. Beverly. Craig
Saab says he had a triple-double the night he came back.
Talking about Dennis Rodman.
Dennis Rodman.
After his vacation.
Absolutely. And Dr. Beverly says vacation releases you from the strains of doing your normal thing. Once you relax from your thing takes over and it becomes something new.
Amen. Mark
Ooh,
Greer,
there's some
I
wisdom
love,
in that.
love your message today.
Please
Mark
read,
Greer
Brother
says,
Mark.
Grand Rising, my people. I had a tire blow up this morning, and I'm still in the way to the shop. But wanted to encourage everyone, make this day the greatest day. Good morning, Mark Greer. I loved your message today. That's my
Absolutely.
mountain, and I can speak to that mountain. The ownership, you can go around it, over it, or through it, blast through it, whatever.
Absolutely.
Sister Shay says, yes.
Yes.
And hello, everyone. Lady Janelle says,
I can't make it now.
I can't make it Thursday.
I can't make it. Thursday is when I teach my longest day, but I am wishing Shay an amazing presentation day. I can try and make Tuesday. I'll be moving, so I may have my hands full.
Well, thanks for the heads up. And
Thank you.
Lena, if you don't know Shay, I imagine the moment you met Shay, because your personalities kind of align in a way too. I bet Lena and Shay would be great friends. So we're gonna start from the top. It's 9:49 right now. We're gonna have to hustle through it. One of the things that makes us fun here and unique here is we say thank you to our consistent contributors. And the way we do that is with greeting songs and with greeting logos. For example, Zamara is a consistent contributor. His song goes like this.
Bitcoin King, he's the Bitcoin King. Uzama. Bitcoin King, he's the Bitcoin King. Uzama.
That's his greeting song.
I promise you, I will. I'm trying to.
Jay Maddie's got a song too. Okay. Jay Maddie's song goes like this. Get ready, get ready. Oh, get ready, because here Jay comes. Get ready, because here Jay comes. Get ready, because here Jay comes. That's Jay Maddie's greeting song. Anthony Evans has one too. This is what we all can participate in. Put on your Nigerian voice. Sit up straight into your chest. Take a lot of air into your body and say, thank you, Watanabe. That's our greeting logo. Sister Sheila Gotham has a song and it goes like this.
Sheila, storms are brewing in her eyes.
Oh, that's Sheila Gothard's song. Dr. Deborah Dunstan has a greeting song as well.
Dr. Deborah, non-profit strategist and funding coach.
That's Dr. Deborah's greeting. That's how we're saying thank you for being a consistent contributor. Like Lena Janelle, she's got a logo too that goes, Lena Janelle, baby, we gets high off her art, don't know how to behave. Ooh. Good morning, Lena Janelle, and thank you again for your contribution. Susan Kennedy's got one too. There goes Susan Kennedy. You're everything I've hoped for.
You're everything I need.
You are so beautiful. Good morning, Miss Susan Kennedy. Craig Sabb's got a jam too, and it goes,
Craig Sabb.
1,000 degrees, you'll be on your knees, and you'll be burning, begging, please. Brother Freeze, Craig, let me borrow your VCR so I can dub a tape. Good morning, Craig. How you doing, man?
Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am telling you, I am excited. Dr. Beverly is in the building today, the virtual building. Dr. Beverly.
Dr. Beverly's got a jam too, and it goes, Dr. Beverly is on the show. Good morning, Dr. Beverly. And good morning to you and the rest of your crew. She very often catches us from her work. Shay Martin's been around long enough. She's got a greeting jam too, and it goes, shake, 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 shake your business. Shake your business. How did she get a song? She contributed in the comment section. That's what she did. She wrote stuff enough times that we decided she needs a jam. Mark Greer has one too. And it goes, so wide you can't get around it.
So low you can't get under it.
So high you can't get over it. Mark Greer is under a groove. He's getting down just for the funk of it. Mark Greer is under a groove. Nothing can stop us now. That's Mark Greer's greeting jam. Thank you very much for joining us today. Mark Greer, thank you specifically for your contribution today. Thank you for each and every one of you that chose to come by and put something in the comment section. We're going to be okay. The Knicks lost last night, and that hurts. Okay. I don't know, man. But they've already gone way farther than I thought they would this year in the playoffs. But I really wanted to beat Indiana, but now we're down 3-1 in the best of 7 series. We played 4 games, so the maximum could be for us to keep going. We'd have to win 3 games in a row.
It could happen.
It could happen. It's very rare. Okay.
That's
Nick
okay.
says, okay.
We read all the comments. We loved on all of the people. We enjoyed your time and attention. Now it's time for you to take some time and enjoy yourself. In the meantime and in between time, don't forget to have sex.
Peace.
Bye.